A shocking revelation for victims of sexual assault at the hands of Ohio State University Dr. Richard Strauss. After waiting 2 years for state lawmakers to take action on House Bill 249 to suspend the statute of limitations and allow their legal claims against OSU to move forward, the House Majority Leader admits the bill was kind of a sham. In an email to one of the victims, Republican leader Bill Seitz said, "I do not support a resurrection of HB 249 because all along," he says, House Bill 249 was intended to apply pressure to Ohio State to come to the table and make meaningful settlement offers. Seitz called the bill flawed and said lawmakers never really considered suspending the statute of limitations. The victims tell me, though, they are not giving up on changing the law, especially since the judge who dismissed their claims pointed out that state lawmakers have always had the power to change the statute of limitations, just not the will.
Our legal system failed you. He said that. Those were his words, that the legal system failed you, that OSU failed you, and now the legislators, it's in their court not to fail you.
And that's why Strauss victims were stunned to learn House Bill 249 that they hoped would suspend the statute of limitations was always doomed to fail.
Bills are always introduced for a number of reasons. Sometimes they're introduced to get leverage. Sometimes they're introduced to start a conversation. Sometimes they're introduced in hopes that they pass.
Seitz says this one was never meant to pass, and in his email pointed out that if it did, other abuse victims would then want the same help.
If you look around the country, you will find many Catholic dioceses that have gone bankrupt as a result of decisions in other states to suspend the statute of limitations. You will find that the Boy Scouts are paying out an unbelievable amount of money to settle claims.
So he's telling all of us constituents in Ohio that he's worried about protecting institutions that cover up rapists and predators. That's insane to me.
Seitz says the statute of limitations guards against faulty memories.
We want to see justice happen quickly because memories fade, evidence disappears over time. This is really great logic. However, when there's an issue of repression, it doesn't make any sense.
Chris Graham repressed the memory of being raped by a priest at the age of 14.
I didn't remember that when I ran from this priest that someone saw me, that someone helped me escape until I got into therapy. And when I was able to go to the police and they were able to find her and she was able to corroborate my story.
Now, the victims of priests and victims of Dr. Strauss will work together.
We're 100% determined to unify and to get other people, other sexual assault survivors to speak up and tell their stories. And we're going to demand that these lawmakers listen to us.
They're trying to unify sexual assault victims from all over the state to put pressure on the State House.
Sure.
Do you think that's going to be effective?
No.
This isn't an opportunity for politics right now. This is an opportunity to prevent one of the worst crimes on the face of the planet from happening here in Columbus to our children.
And I'll have more with the assault survivors and more from Representative Seitz Sunday morning at 10 on The Spectrum.